What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of Xaybeast Live. I'm going to send out the notification that I am live right now so that everyone knows that I am live. So let's go to it right now. Hey, everyone. There we go. All right, we got one person watching. But I just sent it out in a huge group text, so everyone should get it. So, yeah, welcome to episode 3 of Xaybeast Live, and if you read the thumbnail, the topic of this video, because I wanted the episodes to have a specific focused topic, because I don't have enough viewers yet for people to ask me a ton of questions in the comments. So I want to have things that we can talk about, and we don't have to be thinking, like what next? So basically, the thumbnail of this video said survival movies and apocalyptic movies. So that's basically the theme. I get the theme, if you want to call it that, for today. So we're going to be talking about some of our favorite survival movies, some of our favorite apocalyptic movies, which, speaking of which, let me clarify. The apocalyptic movies can be like post-apocalyptic or just like the movie about the apocalypse happening. So yeah, that's basically, so we're going to be talking about survival movies and apocalyptic movies during or after. Now let me send this out. To everyone, and make sure everyone knows that I am now live. And you guys start leaving some comments, asking me questions and everything like that. All right, we got 2 people watching. No comments were left. I'm sorry for that extremely long silence, but I have to make sure people know about this, man. I gotta. All right. Okay, just to clarify for you guys, give me 1 second. I am going to get some stuff. I'm not. All right. So these look like 3 ordinary video game cases, right? Well, most of my viewers know that I am an aspiring director, and just to represent some of my amazing directorial talent, there are 3 major short films that I made. There are 3 major short films that I made when I was younger. I'm not going to talk about these. I'm just going to show you them. The Breaker. The Breaker 2. I just rewatched these today, by the way. They are hilarious. Like, unintentionally hilariously bad. And I did a Scream opening scene remake. All right. Looks like we got our first question here. Is Independence Day an apocalyptic film? Yes, I would say. I mean, the world doesn't end in Independence Day, but it kind of does, because, I mean, here's the thing. In a lot of apocalyptic films, the world doesn't literally end. Like I Am Legend, that's a post-apocalyptic film. It's after the apocalypse, but like the Earth is still there. But then in Independence Day, everything is like destroyed, but people are still, like walking around and stuff. So yeah, Independence Day would be considered an apocalyptic film. And remember, we're also talking about survival films. So list some of your favorite survival movies. We will have a great discussion about that. My favorite survival movie is this one right here. This is my all-time favorite survival movie. It is based on a true story, the true story of Aaron Ralston, who was out hiking. He was kind of like one of those like live on the edge types. Like he literally, like, when he got out of work, he was just like, I feel like going, I don't know, like hiking or climbing or whatever. So he goes out and into the middle of the desert, and he falls and gets his arm pinned between a boulder and the side of the wall, and it's just like pinned there. And then he's trapped there for 127 hours. That is approximately 5 days. It's a lot longer than it sounds. And I'm not going to say what ended up having to take place if you don't know the story. But it is brutal, and the fact that he gained the willpower to do that is still astonishing to me. I don't think I could have done that. I think I would have just signed off and died. That that would have been me. All right. Yeah, I don't. Strangely enough, speaking of which, this different background is because I'm at my mom's house, so that's why the background's much more, stale. So I didn't bring any of the survival movies that I like here, for some reason. I don't know why I did that, but like I don't know why I didn't do that. But yeah, I didn't bring any of them here. But I mean, we can still talk about them. I see that 3 people are watching. Can you leave comments, please? Okay, well, if no one wants to talk about that, then I guess we'll go back to these movies that I made when I was younger. Oh, hey, Mom. You joined. Okay, I'm sorry. My brother is up here right now, and he's laughing at some of this stuff. Yes, stale. I mean, it's mostly because I took down the flowers that Stephanie had hanging up here. They're down on the floor now, looking very dead. Huh. And I didn't put Xaybeast in letters up here because these 2 lights up here would have just made it not visible. So you have some ambiance, if you want to call it that. You have some bars. When I think survival, I think Abyss. I have not seen The Abyss. However, I really want to. Yeah, that's all I got. That is all I got. So another thing, we're talking about these short films that I made when I was very, very young. So, like I said, these are DVD-Rs. Like, I made these on my iPod, and then I exported them to the laptop and burned them onto DVDs. So my movies are on DVDs. The Breaker. We rewatched these today, The Breaker 1 and 2, and my recreation of the opening scene of Scream, and we just laughed the entire... It is so funny. My voice is so high, and I say, like, a lot of lines that kids just wouldn't say, so my voice would be really high. There's a complete ripoff of Signs at the end, where this thing is trying to break in the door, and I'm, like, holding it, and it goes slow motion for a second, and I just go... I'm not ready. My voice is like extremely high, and it was hilarious. I'll probably review those movies at some point on my channel. I can make a digital copy of this so that I can get the footage for that. It was just, there's so many, and I can't like fully upload them. Like, I would love to do that so you guys could just see how far I've come. But I might not. I don't know. But what's funny is, we were thinking, because I only made Breaker 1 and 2, and me and my brother were making parody names. It's like ideas for the names of Breaker 3 and 4. And I actually looked through this book, The Film Buff's Bucket List, and there were a ton of movies in there, and we just parodied the titles to be involved with Breaker in some way. And, okay, well, first, The Breaker, we parodied Sharknado and Force Awakens. Sharknado was not in the bucket list, by the way. That was just something we thought of. Now, if you look at the titles of the Sharknado movies, they are so ridiculous. Sharknado 2. Well, the first Sharknado is just called Sharknado. Sharknado 2 is called Sharknado, the second one. Sharknado 3 is Sharknado. You can look it up. And then Sharknado 4 is Sharknado the Fourth Awakens. And then Sharknado 5 is Sharknado Global Swarming. Yeah. So when we parodied that with my Breaker films, we went, because I only made Breaker 1 and 2, so we were like, what would Breaker 3 be called? So we did Breaker 3. Okay, I want to say this one, but it's kind of the best one. So let's go to Breaker 4. So with Breaker 4, we did the Fourth Awakens, but we changed it to be Breaker 4, the Fourth Awakens. And then this was actually really convenient when we were flipping through this bucket list book, Unbreakable. It's one of the movies in here, so we said the Breaker 3 Unbreakable. Like, we didn't even have to parody that title, so that was funny. Yeah. I'm getting extremely off topic. This stream is supposed to be about survival movies and apocalypse movies. So we're gonna get back onto those. After watching these today, I had to talk about them. I don't know. So let's move on to the topic of this video. Everyone who's watching right now, please leave comments. It's like, leave comments. It's more, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say, so let's just move on. See, maybe this isn't helping, because I planned this out. I have a roadmap for where this is going to go. Survival movies and apocalypse movies, but then nothing happens. But episode 1 of Xaybeast Live is still the episode that had the most people tune in to watch it. I guess, did people just lose interest? I don't know. You guys suck. You viewers, my audience, you're terrible people. I just want you to know that, because the truth hurts, man, and the truth is that I only have 60 subscribers, so we're gonna move on to no, it's fine. You guys are great. Thank you for subscribing. To a person just left the stream. Do you want to join, Caleb?
I don't want to be in this.
Do you just want to be a voice,
like your talk show director
that just tunes in?
Yeah.
Okay, so Caleb, my older brother, is the talk show producer. Producer. So my producer upstairs, Caleb, my brother. All right, so let's talk about. Okay, another comment.
How loud they can hear me.
Can you guys hear him? Now, Caleb, keep in mind there is like a 5-minute delay on this, so when they leave a comment, I won't see it until 5 minutes later.
That's fine.
Okay, so another comment. Hey, Dad. Straight survival is tough. A lot of them cross genre. Well, survival is like very broad, and that's like, I was gonna say like stranded survival movies, but I thought it would be better to make it broad because it can be fictional or true story. The Shallows is a survival movie. Jurassic Park. You could argue that the first Jurassic Park is a survival movie. More so The Lost World, though, because in Jurassic Park there was some kind of order, like even when the dinosaurs got out. But in The Lost World, there's like no man-made stuff on the island. So then, it's like literally stranded on an island. Castaway is a big one. That's like the survival movie, like the stranded one. I hate that trailer though. Spoilers for Castaway, but if you haven't seen Castaway, you're just a disgrace. So basically in the trailer for Castaway, it spoils the fact that he gets off the island. Like literally at the end of the trailer, it's like, you were on that island for 4 years and now you've returned. And it's like, oh, so he gets off. Okay. And that's the reason why the box office for that movie was so low, because everyone was like, well, I know how it ends, no need to see it. Which is not a good, my hair was that? Oh, that actually looks kind of rad. So Castaway, great. Yeah, Castaway is an incredible movie. If you've never seen. Well, I just spoiled it for you, but still, if you've never seen Castaway and you've never seen that trailer, don't watch the trailer. Watch that film if you don't know how it ends, and it is a very good film. I love that movie. Tom Hanks, well side, well side. Like screaming at his volleyball, or was it a basketball? I feel like that'd be me. Like if I was stranded, I'm a very talkative person. So if I was stranded on an island, if there weren't like hostile natives that I could interact with every now and then, I'd probably scream at a basketball. That would be a lot of fun. That would be and I would take the blood from my hand and do the bloody handprint and, talk to the basketball and then let it fall into the ocean and never be seen again. Most people miss that the movie is Castaway, not Castaway. Yes, it is two words. Sorry for saying Castaway. The movie is Cast Away. So it's not saying, technically, yes, he is a castaway, but the movie isn't titled Castaway in the context of this guy is a castaway. It's titled Castaway in the context of he was cast away. Not intentionally, though, obviously. Yeah, the metaphor. It's a metaphor. I get it. I get it now. Yeah, I get it now. So how about some other survival movies? We're not gonna talk about The Shallows because I did like a 20-minute video on that. So if you want to know my thoughts on The Shallows, you can just go over there and watch that. If you can sit through a 20-minute video about a shark movie, Blake Lively is a consistent subject in that video, though, so I'm sure most of you would be fine with that. So another survival movie. So my favorite is 127 Hours. What are y'all's favorite y'all? What are your favorite survival movies? This is mine right here. Castaway is a close second, though, because I love Castaway. Also, do you think that fictional survival movies or true story survival movies, like which one do you think is superior? A lot of people would say true story because it's like this actually happened. Like all that fictional stuff, you're taking cinematic liberties. You're doing things that just aren't possible, and I don't buy it, and therefore it's a bad movie. Okay, but you'll watch Star Wars all day long. So basically, I'm trying to think of other survival movies. You'd think there'd be a lot more. I mean, The Lost World, Hush, but that's more of a home invasion type thing. If you think about it, isn't every movie kind of a survival movie? Like, if you think about it, if you really think about it, in every movie, well, not every movie, but in most movies, there's always some kind of threat that is life-threatening, and you gotta survive. Scream. You could argue Scream is a survival movie. They're trying to survive while a serial killer's on the loose. 47 Meters Down, that's also a survival movie. We're just thinking about shark movies now. 47 Meters Down. My friendly producer just suggested Mean Girls. Mean Girls could be a survival movie. That bus that hit Regina George, that could have killed her, and it didn't. She survived. So the last 10 minutes of Mean Girls, sure, a survival movie. Okay. But actually, if you think about it, throughout the whole thing, really, trying to survive those mean girls. All right, we got more comments here. Any Final Destination? Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely survival movies. Wonder could be a survival movie. Yeah. Yeah. I can laugh at Mean Girls being a survival movie, but it feels bad for me to laugh at Wonder, joking about it being a survival movie, but it could. It could, yeah. Surviving bullying, prejudice, things like that. But let's get back to the main thing here. legit survival movies. So, I hate the fact that I just said that.
Survival games.
I don't know if you guys can hear him, but he's there. Oh, let's talk about. Okay, well, first I'm gonna quote this because it's very applicable to you right now. He told me that one day he told me that he would always find me, and that he would walk right up to me, and I wouldn't even know he was there. And I wouldn't know that he would walk right up to me, and I wouldn't even see him. But that he would leave me a clue, or no, leave me a sign, so that I'd know that he was there. That's the situation with my producer now. His gargantuan voice overpowers the live stream. But I take comfort in hearing his faint giggles just to reassure me just to reassure me that I am not alone here. There is a smile on this face, but behind this facade there's not much going on. So I never thought it would be so hard to think of survival movies. Like, I never thought that would be like a difficult thing. But like I said, any movie could really be a survival movie. I'm not even gonna. Yeah, I know, Caleb. Isn't he lovely? Okay. Let's get into post-apocalyptic stuff. Because survival, there's not much there. I figured there would be a lot more, but there's not much there. But then again, a lot of post-apocalyptic movies are also survival movies in a way.
The zombie movie.
I Am Legend. Zombieland. Zombieland is a great example of a horror comedy. Because there is elements of horror in that movie. I mean, the gore is all practical and everything. But it's really funny. When the guy, like, pops Bill Murray in the chest. Oh, my gosh. Because Bill Murray just shows up. Like, they go to Bill Murray's house in wrecked Los Angeles. And then Bill Murray is there. Actual Bill Murray. The casting directors got Bill Murray onto that movie. But he's dressed up as a zombie to scare people away. But Jesse Eisenberg ends up shooting Bill Murray with a shotgun through the abdomen because he thought he was a real zombie. Bill Murray is so great. And then Woody Harrelson's character, Tallahassee, when he sees it's Bill Murray, he's like, "It's Bill Murray!" And I mean, a lot of the jokes he makes I can't really make because it's just not appropriate for this live stream. Go watch Zombieland if you haven't seen it. I haven't seen Zombieland 2 yet, but it's also supposed to be hilarious. Open Water. Yes, Open Water is also a survival film based on a true story. Terribly made, but a amazing true story. But I do like that they used real sharks. That was good. The Reef was based on a true story. That was well made. Used good, not good sharks. It used real sharks. It used real sharks in Open Water. I mean, in The Reef. So that was great. They even made an Open Water 2. They did make an Open Water 2, which was not based on a true story. But the titles for some of these sequels are incredible. Open Water 2 was called Open Water 2 Adrift. And then Open Water 3 is called Open Water 3 Cage Dive. So I guess 47 Meters Down was a remake of Open Water 3 and much better than Open Water 3. I don't need to see... Muppets from Space is a good title. Yeah, but that's not a survival movie, Caleb.
Every movie is a survival movie.
But nothing is threatening to kill him. So my producer has recommended... Shut up! My producer has recommended Muppets from Space as a survival movie. I mean, I guess, because if you survive watching it, that could be... Caleb, it's a childhood movie. Hocus Pocus is a childhood movie. That doesn't mean it's good. I'm dropping everything, man. All right, so post-apocalyptic movies. Let's get to it. I Am Legend. The Road. I Am Legend. The Road.
Superhero movies.
Caleb, that's not the topic of this though.
No, they're survival movies though.
Shut up. Just I might have to fire my producer. Do you guys want to see that on this live stream? Would you like for me do you want to see me fire my producer? Well, technically you wouldn't be able to see him because he has made it very clear that he does not want his image shown in this video.
Oh, that makes me sound rude.
But he's not rude. I prefer charismatic. So, yeah. You could yes? Someone commented yes.
Don't fire me.
You want to know who commented yes?
Who?
Mom.
That's what I thought. It's
Yeah.
Mother. What was that?
I feel like this stream is probably the most entertaining one. I mean, World War Z is an apocalypse movie. Why are all these zombie stuff? It's like I Am Legend, World War Z.
Who knows? Post-apocalyptic horror? Where
Well, it doesn't have to be horror. Just any The Road does not have zombies. That was just nuclear fallout, and everything's basically destroyed. Seems pretty likely, especially now. But that was yes to Muppets from Space being a survival movie. Oh, I thought you wanted me to fire my brother. Do you wish for me to fire your son? I can fire him.
Oh.
Mr. Pims. All right. Zombies have been the pop culture for the past 10 years. 28 days later, there's one, but another zombie one. Night of the Living Dead, but zombie one. Evil Dead isn't really an apocalypse movie. That just takes place at one cabin. Oh, this is a spoiler for Cabin in the Woods, but Cabin in the Woods, you know, the end of that movie, the world ends because the people are just like, save ourselves or save the world. I guess we're just gonna have to die. What did you say? You better remember.
That's weird.
Remember
me.
Okay. He watched Cats.
Because he's trying not to die the whole movie.
Yeah, Coco is a survival movie. You could say that is a survival movie. Adam Savage said zombies are just a reflection of our desire to shoot stuff without guilt. That could go really deep.
That could be on a pillow.
Our desire to destroy. And our desire to eat our own kind. Yes, there are there are some of us out there.
What?
There are some of us.
Producer says no to this.
The producer says no to this. But I have the end stream button right here, so you can't end it from over there.
I'm not saying end it. Just stop talking about that.
Just stop talking about cannibalism? Is that something that I can just stop talking about? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you want to keep on talking about cannibalism? If you could eat one no, I'm just kidding. So we're going to get back on topic now. On could say that's savage. Yes, one could say that that's savage. Our desire to shoot things. That's oh, you remember that Rise of Skywalker pitch meeting where the guy's like, so Kylo gives some Force life to Rey so that she can make it, and then so Kylo gives some Force life to Rey so that she can survive. Oh, so then she can like give it back to him now? Yeah, but she doesn't. Oh, savage. Such a funny video. I love that video. We keep on getting off topic, but in a 2-hour stream, we're going to talk about other like teeny tiny things that may not, be related to survival or post-apocalyptic movies. I'm sorry I did that. Caleb, I don't think you saw that.
I don't want to.
Do you want to see it?
No. I didn't see. And
Is that scary?
Xaybeast, this is not what people want to hear.
People want to see this. This is what they want to see, Caleb. They want to see behind these yellow pearls. I'm trying to think of movies where it's like trapped in one location.
Clue?
Like those types of Clue. I might have an entire episode dedicated to murder mysteries. But yeah, Clue could also be a survival movie. But like we said, any movie can be a survival movie, you know, it's subjective. It's very subjective.
Tangled.
Tangled. Cats is kind of a survival movie, right? But their goal is to die. Cats is a death movie.
Only the reboot sort, and it's a metaphor. It's not like
Yeah, it's a metaphor for death.
the reboot.
Yeah. The Cats movie, the new one from 2019.
It's a death metaphor.
Both literally. It's a literal metaphor, right?
It is.
Because in the movie it's a metaphor, but in real life it is very, very real.
I guess so, yeah.
Okay. I don't know why. Can I raise the... Hey, everyone. This is a good video, right? Ow! I stretched. All right, I'm going to move back up. How high can I go? How... Stop, low. There we go. Hey, everyone. Snowpiercer. Yeah, Snowpiercer, both a survival and a post-apocalyptic movie. That is an incredible film, by the way. Bong Joon-ho's Snowpiercer, who also directed Parasite, which came out in 2019 and won the Oscar for Best Picture, as one as 3 other Oscars, including Best Directors for Bong Joon-ho. Parasite is actually free on Hulu right now, so I'll Oop, what happened? Sorry, something on my screen just changed. There we go, I'm still here. But Parasite is free on Hulu, so that'll probably be something I watch very soon because I do have a Hulu account. It's where I watch Lost. Speaking of Lost, my review for season 2 of Lost will be coming soon. I hate pausing. Like, I hate these moments of silence where I just don't know what to say because it's boring, and I can see when people leave. So like on the last stream, I made a very cringy joke and 2 people left. I don't know if they left because of that, but I feel like they did. But then again, maybe people should tune in for the cringy jokes. You know, because they still make you laugh, not because of the joke itself, but because of how cringy it is. If that's, I could be very successful humorously if that's the case.
Humorously?
In regards to humor, I could be very successful because I make a lot of cringy jokes. Do you want me to get really close to the camera? Do you want me to get right? That's a good stream, right? That's a good stream. Are you going to check out the Snowpiercer series on TNT? So here's the thing. I love Snowpiercer so much, and the fact that they turned it into a TV show, I just don't see how that could be a TV show. However, I respect all filmmakers. I respect people who try to make something. I respect them trying to express something through an art form. So I probably will watch the Snowpiercer series at some point. I'll probably give it another year or so. Same with The Walking Dead. But yeah, I'll check it out. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that TV is welcome too. So survival TV or post-apocalyptic TV. What was that show? There was Man vs. Wild. Yeah, there was a show called Man vs. Wild, but then there was also a show called Man vs. Food, and in one episode of that show, he drank 16 large milkshakes in a span of 5 minutes. That capability, man. He has quite the... What would you call that?
Appetite?
No.
Capacity? Stomach capacity?
He has a strong stomach. That man, his stomach needs to be dissected and analyzed.
When he dies.
When he dies. Kill him. Yeah, so we got 2 people commenting. See, someone keeps on coming in and out. Like, I'm watching this, and it's going 5 people watching, 6 people watching, 5 people watching, 6 people watching.
That's what people do. They go
Pick a side! Shut up, producer, who's not actually What are you reading?
Music in Theory and Practice, 9th edition, volume 1, by Bruce Benward and Marilyn Saker.
He's reading Music Theory and Practice, volume 1, by some people.
Bruce Benward and Marilyn Saker.
Marilyn Saker.
And Bruce Benward.
Marilyn Monroe.
Was an actress.
Hey, you know what the best survival movie of all time is? Life. Life is just one giant 500-act movie. I don't know. Shakespeare invented the 4th act. We invented the 500th. Well, technically, that means we would have invented the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, the 12th, the 13th, the 14th, the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, 18th. You know, all the way to 500. 500th act. Yeah. And then it ends. But you know what's great about the movie of life? It all ends the same. There's never a surprise. There's never a twist ending. It's like, oh, you lived past 115? That would be a twist. But no, we all get equal treatment. So that's a positive, I guess. Oh, that's getting dark. Positive to death. It happens to everyone. Equal treatment. Great. I mean, I could die I could have a heart attack. I mean, very unlikely, but I could have a heart attack like right now on stream. How would you guys react? Because they would just be streaming. Just imagine that, because no one would be here to end the stream. So then, like, a year from now, it just becomes this thing. It's an endless stream of just a kid laying there dead. Woo-hoo! I just hit the desk. Did you guys like that little shake?
We need to zone in now.
I need to what?
As your producer, I'm going to say we need to zone in now.
We need to zone in? Do we need to focus?
Yes.
Focus on the topics?
Yes.
Of death?
No.
Well, death is a very relevant topic in survival movies.
I guess so. That's good segue. That's a good segue.
The will to survive. You know this story, but you haven't seen this movie yet. I will be there the day you experience that. I will also be there the day you experience The Greatest Showman. What if we rewrite the songs?
Stop. Please. What are you doing?
So, viewers, would you like me to rewrite the stars?
I don't.
Would you? My hair is...
What does that mean? Are you gonna like?
It's one of the songs, Caleb, because he goes up to her and he's like, you know, I want to be with you, and then she's like, no, we can't. It's the 1800s and people are racist and like we can't, you know, be things like that. And he's like, what if we rewrite the stars, say that the world could be ours and whatever? And she's like, no one can rewrite the stars. How can you say you'll be mine?
Oh.
Yeah, you know, because she's all like prejudice and he's all like love, and then, you know.
What about, so it's like prejudice and prey? No, what is
it? Prejudice and prey.
No, that's not what it's called. What is it?
Predator.
No.
Well, what else are we?
Prejudice, that's it.
Oh yeah, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Hey, there's an apocalyptic movie. There was this book called Pride and Prejudice, and it was actually this like beautiful, like poetic, like 1800s love story. Yeah, and then there was a movie called Pride and Prejudice, but with zombies. And the movie is called Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies. And it's awesome. It's like so cool. These people have like giant blades strapped to their thighs. It's so great. Like they just run out, killing all these zombies. It's pretty awesome. It's almost like if Zombieland took place in the 1800s. So make of that what you will. We are 40 minutes into this stream now. The biggest amount of people we've had watching was 6, and right now there's 4. See, I keep on talking about the analytics. Oh, look, now there's 5. Did you just join just to prove me wrong? You know, what was I gonna say? I really want to find the end of this sentence. I really want to find the end of this sentence.
And you found it.
And I found it. 10 Cloverfield Lane could be considered a post-apocalyptic movie. You know, like, I don't want to spoil that.
Definitely. Like, yeah.
And then, but also movies where the apocalypse is happening, like the original Cloverfield even, sort of. Except that's just kind of a New York City. Yeah, I guess not. Deep Impact. Oh my goodness, I'm not naming the biggest ones. Independence Day, Deep Impact, Armageddon, like Volcano. Volcano disturbed me. I remember when I was 8.
Global swarming.
Yeah, Sharknado 5, global swarming.
Anyway, you remember when you were 8?
I remember when I was 8, and one of my legal guardians decided to show me a movie called Volcano. And I don't know if said guardian is viewing this stream currently, but it was a movie called Volcano, and there's this moment where the ground splits open, and this woman is climbing up, and half of her body is hanging down, and then lava just shoots up, and she just screams because the top half of her body is like up on the surface, but then the lower half is in the crack where all the lava is shooting up, and her bottom half just completely disintegrates, and she's just screaming bloody murder. Ah! And like it was yeah. So let's get back on not disturbing stuff. What makes a good apocalyptic film? Thank you for that question. I think a good apocalyptic film, and a lot of you might disagree with this, I do like fun apocalyptic movies like Zombieland, but I do think they are much more impactful when they have a sense of tragedy in them, like in The Road with the boy's mother, or in I Am Legend with, I don't want to spoil anything, but with a certain companion that Will Smith has in that movie, and then with Will Smith's final decision at the end. Even 10 Cloverfield Lane, not necessarily tragedy, but just like helplessness. I think that that helps too. Yeah, but also just I think an apocalyptic movie should also have just a visual style to it, and also an audible style. This video is not sponsored by Audible, by the way. But just an audible thing to it, like with the score. I Am Legend, great movie. Why was I Am Legend so underrated? Good question. I don't know. A lot of people just hated on the fact that the monster type, like the zombies, basically, I mean, they're technically not zombies, but I'm going to call them zombies. A lot of people complained about the fact that they were CGI. You know how low the budget for that movie was? They couldn't afford like 1,000 extras to have 1,000 zombies run across a bridge and tip a car over and, you know, jump from building to building because they have like superhuman stuff. It's crazy. It was really well directed. The DP was amazing. Yes, the cinematography in I Am Legend is great, and that brings me back to the visual style that an apocalyptic film should have. It should have a visual, not just a thematic sense of tragedy, but a visual sense of tragedy. You know, a lot of still shots, and when there are moving shots, the color palette should have colors that just represent the theme, if that makes sense. Was that an indie film? No, I Am Legend was not an indie film. That was actually like a big studio movie. It just didn't have much of a budget because the studio they just didn't care. They didn't want to give the producers a lot of money. They gave them enough money so that they could make it, but they didn't give them enough money so that they could make it look like they just didn't care. It's kind of like the situation with the movie Underwater. That's a Disney movie because Underwater was filmed in 2014. Underwater was filmed and completed in 2014, and then it was shelved, and then Disney bought the company that made Underwater originally. So then technically it was Disney's property. So then my opinion, my thought is Disney did not give a crap about that movie, and they were just like, we're just gonna shove it out at the beginning of 2019 because they shoved it out in January because January is where Hollywood likes to dump all their bad movies. Basically, it wasn't a bad movie. It was just adequate. I enjoyed it more than you did, but that's because I also look at it from a wannabe director. You know, oh. I have to do that now. I have to do the
What?
Stop, don't talk to me, loser, lame-o, wannabe.
Why do you have to do that?
I don't know, it just came to my head. I don't like that I did that now though, because I'm just thinking that's not me. I want you guys to see the real me. But no, not entirely the real me. Or maybe the real. Back on topic. No, I Am Legend was not an indie film, but the studio just didn't care about it, and they were basically, you know what? Fine. We'll give you a couple $1 million, which is low budget, by the way. I know it's crazy. We'll give you a couple $1 million. Go make your stuff. It was made like an indie film because the crew was so small and the budget was also very small. So then it was made like an indie film. But I love that movie. There actually is an alternate ending where Will Smith doesn't make the decision that he does in the theatrical cut. I like both. A lot of people were like, oh, for the ending of the theatrical cut when he, does the thing that I won't spoil just in case you haven't seen it. But at the end when he makes that choice, a lot of people are like, oh, that was just to be, brave. Just to be like, hey, look, we can do this. And it was, a lot of people thought it was purely for the audience, but I really liked that choice. I thought it fit very thematically. I'm going to say thematically a lot when I justify my opinions on movies. That is just going to happen, and there's nothing you can do about that. We got 6 people watching. There are 6 people watching right now. Can someone else comment besides my parents? Please? Yeah, my producer is here for. Would you like to come closer?
No.
Come closer.
No, I don't like that.
Come closer. Probably a girly movie, but think it's a good survival movie. Have you seen The Mountain Between Us? I actually have seen The Mountain Between Us. A lot of people hated that movie. I liked it. I mean, I wouldn't call it a girly movie. I mean, yeah, there's a romance that starts to form, but I just like that story. I think that's an interesting way to tell a love story. These 2 people who were the only passengers, plane crashes, pilot's dead, now these 2 have to survive, and all they have is each other. Like, yeah, it sounds like it could be cliched, and it was fairly cliched that the end when they did the thing, where they were walking away, they're like, no, we can't be together, we need to move on. And they're like surviving, like they've survived and they're in the city now, and they're like, we must go our separate ways. And then they do the thing where they stop, big crescendoing score builds, they turn in slow motion and run to each other and then hug each other, and then it cuts to black and the credits roll. Other than that, I liked that movie. Like, I really liked that movie. I thought it was I thought it was good. I thought it was good. I thought it was well done, and I think that's a good setup for a love story. But the whole thing where they found the cabin, it never really felt like they had to struggle. The whole thing where they found the cabin and some stuff happens. It's just it didn't it never felt like they had to work to survive. There was one part where it was really cold and they had to like hold each other or whatever, but that's about it. That movie was more focused on the romance, and I think it was a well told romance overall. I haven't read the book, but I heard the book is incredible, so I might read the book if I ever get around to that. But yeah. Oh, Arctic. I'm thinking of a lot more now. There's Adrift with that couple that's stranded out in the middle of the ocean. Huh?
The vampire one in Antarctica. It's a horror movie.
40 Days of Night. 40 Days of Night would be a survival movie. My
40 Days of Night.
I'm going to turn this towards you, Caleb.
Favorite, don't. I'm doing you a favor right now.
Okay.
Now keep talking about 40 Days of Night.
40 Days of Night was a movie. It was made by people. And it's actually a really smart premise. Because in Antarctica, you know how every year every now and then, there is for half of the year. Well, no, it's just 40 days in that movie.
Well, maybe it was like at the time they started.
Oh yeah. So it was 40 days. So the vampires can only come out at night because vampires aren't, they don't react well to sunlight. So that time of year when it goes to where it's night for 40 days in Antarctica, that's 40 days that the vampires can freely roam. And that's just a really cool premise, I think. A very cool premise, actually.
Talk about the bad movies we watched with Dad and Katina.
Oh! Okay, so I feel like this is becoming a thing. At my dad's place, we started doing this thing where, because indie horror has brought us some great horror movies. We've had Hush, Oculus, Insidious was indie, believe it or not, and then all those movies were so good they got theatrical releases, except for Hush, which I still like. Why did that not get a theatrical release? That's stupid. You're gonna release Halloween 2018 in theaters and not release Hush. You're gonna release Oculus, but not release Hush. Can I see that?
In a second.
Okay. So, wait, I'm sorry. Can you remind me one more time?
The indie movies we watched.
Yes, the indie movies. So one night, we were scrolling through Amazon at my dad's place, and we found this movie called Dark Was the Night. And it was an indie horror film. And since indie horror films have brought us some really good movies, we were like, let's watch this. And it started off very strong. Like the first 5 minutes, that was great. That was really good. But then the entire rest of the movie is just nothing but like just pounding you over the head with exposition, predictable scares. The movie never scared me once except for that opening scene. And then at the end, it tries to pull this big emotional, tries to pack this big emotional punch. And I mean, you just don't care. I mean, the guy who played the dad was good. The guy who played the mom, the woman who the woman who played the mom, she was horrible. I hated her. Not commenting on her as a person, but as an actress. I actually looked on IMDb. I think that was her last movie, ironically enough. And then we watched another movie called, what was it? Prey? It was Prey. Yeah.
Which way?
Now, the premise of this movie is so stupid because I have fairly high suspension of disbelief a lot of the time. I have to use it much to enjoy certain films like The Shallows. Which actually doesn't require as much suspension of disbelief as you might think. Territoriality, read up on your research, people, geez. But anyway, with Prey, it's literally about this kid. His dad is killed, and he's in this, recovery program or whatever. But their solution to helping him recover emotionally is to send him to an island for 3 days for him to survive on his own. Just on a remote island in the middle of the ocean for 3 days. I don't think... unless it was like a black market correctional facility, because that could work, you know, like maybe they were just, but it's just, it wasn't scary. People are PG-13 to death throughout the entire thing, and it had no guts. Like I will say the ending was good. I liked the ending very much, because by the end of the movie, you're rooting for the villain. Like, you're rooting for the antagonist. You're just like, kill this sheepish boy. And, you know, and then the evil, you guys aren't gonna watch Prey. So then the evil escapes the island and goes and gets on the boat and goes to the mainland, and now it's gonna wreak havoc throughout the world. Yeah. Oculus was produced by Blumhouse, which also did Paranormal Activity. The first Paranormal Activity film is one of the best found footage, not just horror found footage, but one of the best found footage movies of all time. Personally, and you're going to roll your eyes at me, but personally, my favorite found footage horror film is The Blair Witch Project. A lot of people find it boring. They say nothing really happens, but a lot is happening if you just pay attention. The finale is scary. The fact that you never see the witch makes it even more terrifying, because it's like, what is this thing? Like, what does this thing look like? There's nothing like our minds. There's nothing that a filmmaker can show us on screen that will ever be more disturbing than what we as human beings can create in our minds. That's basically just a fact, because there are limits in filmmaking. You know, I mean, because not everyone wants to show the most terrifying thing and have your movie be NC-17. Because no one really goes to see NC-17 movies. Most people just go as far as an R and stop there. And actually, there is a rating above NC-17, but we're not going to talk about that. First letter of my name. So basically, Cloverfield was a Blair Witch copycat. No! Dang it. Don't tell me what to do. You're just my producer.
That means I can fire you.
You can't fire me. I can fire you. I'm the host.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works. Okay. Live from MCB Studios in Gotham City, it's Live with Murray Franklin. Dun, 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 dun. That was the Pacific Rim theme. Kidding, just both found footage film. Here's the thing. Blair Witch is much smaller scale, and I know you hate Cloverfield, but I love the first Cloverfield film. That is such a good found footage movie. I do suggest that you rewatch it. And you're probably like, I'm not going to rewatch a piece of garbage. But I do suggest it. If you don't want to pay for it on Amazon, I have the DVD, man. We can hook up, you know. But like, but I enjoyed the first Cloverfield. I think because it wasn't as motion sickness inducing as a lot of other stuff. Because here's the thing with American found footage films, they tried to shake the camera so much to make it seem realistic, but in there trying to make it seem realistic, they just make you throw up. Cloverfield wasn't really like that, and I suggest that you go back and rewatch it. Because I suggest that you go back and rewatch it simply because there actually is some characterization to these people. It's really well directed, I think, and then the sets are amazing, and the CGI for the monster is also great. Now, granted, yeah, the monster's never explained, but it actually is if you read up on the Cloverfield lore. You have Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane, and the Cloverfield Paradox. 10 Cloverfield Lane is not a sequel to Cloverfield. It is, in fact, 10 Cloverfield Lane was originally not even related to Cloverfield. It was actually called The Cellar. The Cellar, as in C-E-L-L-A-R, like a basement. And when Blumhouse got involved, J.J. Abrams got involved. J.J. Abrams produced Cloverfield, and he was like, hey, I want to, like, get a little fandom going. Let's call it 10 Cloverfield Lane. The word Cloverfield will be in there, and then it'll get people like, oh my goodness, lore must connect the dots and everything. They're really not related, aside from one line John Goodman says in that movie, which is that he used to work with satellites. Now, in the original Cloverfield, and this was a big thing back in 2008 when it came out, in the original Cloverfield, at the end, when you see some past footage of these people hanging out, they're hanging out at the beach, and it's not focused on in the movie very much, but if you look in the background, you can see something falling down into the ocean, which is according to the lore, what woke the Cloverfield monster in the Cloverfield film, in the first Cloverfield film, and caused it to wreak havoc among New York City. And John Goodman mentions that he used to work with satellites, and that thing that crashed in there was a satellite. And then Cloverfield Paradox, which was so bad, basically tried to justify that. And there was a lot of loose ends. It got into interdimensional stuff, like intergalactic, and I get what they were going for, and I enjoyed certain parts of that movie, but overall, it was just a massive disappointment for me. I know a lot of people like it. The Cloverfield franchise is actually an apocalyptic franchise. When you think about it, yes, it is. The entire Cloverfield franchise could be considered an apocalyptic franchise. Yeah.
Okay.
Here. Yeah. Oh, this will be cool. Here, let's move the chair out of the way. We are taking the live stream to the next level, people. This is really heavy.
Not to the center, just a little to the side.
Yeah, to the side.
Like as a running count.
There.
Oh.
No, it's fine. I can just angle it up. There we go. Oh, you saw Caleb's arm.
Ew.
Wasn't that a lovely arm?
They also saw my face.
Now give me these markers. All right, we are going to make lists.
Just put all the ones that you've put down so far.
Yeah, we're gonna put all the ones that we've talked about. We have survival films and post-apocalyptic films. Thank you. My producer is very helpful at the moment. I need to get one of these for my dad's house because this will be much, much cooler. All right. So, survival. We have 127 hours. We have 127 hours. Cast Away.
Now you're going to have to write the post-apocalyptic in red.
Yes. No, it's fine. I can write it in black. It's fine. All right. So we have 127 hours. Cast Away. And another one that I can't think of at the moment. Any post-apocalyptic film is also a survival film. Prey was a survival movie, but it was not a good one. Dark Was the Night was kind of a survival movie, but it took place in a town, so I'm not really going to list that. I know you didn't like it, but I did. Alien, yeah. Alien and Aliens, if you really put your mind to it. We're not going to talk about Alien 3. What else? I know there's something else. There's always something else. There's always something.
Do post-apocalyptic now.
Let's go to post-apocalyptic now. Because we have 6 survival. Let's do... Oh, I kind of just left the... Everest, yes. Everest would be a survival film. All right, now let's head over to post-apocalyptic. I feel like this should be up just a little bit more. We have... I'm just going to move it over here now because I can't write like that.
Okay, that makes more sense.
All right. Let's head on over here now. Post-apocalyptic. We have I Am Legend. Ignore my handwriting. I'm not good with markers, especially at this angle. We had 28 Days Later. What else? What else we got? We have... this microphone should probably be closer to me right now. And angled upward so you can hear me. World War Z. Yes. Thank you very much. These are all zombie films. Not World War II. World War Z. There we go.
Isn't there are World War II movies? War movies are survival movies.
Yes, war movies are survival movies. Thank you, producer. I'm not moving this thing back, so you guys are just going to have to deal with me being over here right now. So any war movie. In fact, there actually is a war movie called Apocalypse Now. So let's put that down. Again, ignore the handwriting. Looks like it says Apocalypse Vow. Imagine if that was someone's wedding vows. I saw the end of the world. Anyway, we're going to Platoon. Platoon is a war film. Saving Private Ryan, obviously. It's hard to write like this. I'm gonna have to like hit you. Let's get down here to Saving Private Ryan. Okay, I need to make a joke here because one of my friends told this to me. This is kind of risky for this channel, but it's just funny, so I'm just gonna say it. One of my friends switched up the title of Saving Private Ryan, and he called it Saving Ryan's Privates. All right, so we're going to
Anyway,
The Day After Tomorrow. Yes, The Day After Tomorrow.
Happy Death Day.
That's not really a... Oh, that would be a survival movie, not a post-apocalyptic movie. I need to look back on your comment because tomorrow is one of those films... one of those words that I always misspell. I usually put 2 M's. 2012, which is a film. A year that we should forget about, though. Independence Day. I'm just going to write the iconic ID4 for that. And then, let's see, we have... I'm trying to think. Just give me a second. Would everyone give me a second? The Happening, which is a terrible film, but I will write it down. We got The Happening. We have, what was that? Geostorm, which I enjoyed Geostorm. That movie got a lot of crap, but I enjoyed it. Let's see. I feel like there's one I'm missing. Deep Impact. That was it. Which, by the way, a lot of people look at Deep Impact as a really bad 90s movie. I really like Deep Impact. Like, I rewatched it literally yesterday. I really like that movie. So I'm going to write that down.
All those dead movies. Night of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead and Zombieland are my 2 competitors for my favorite horror comedy. I can't decide, but I think Shaun of the Dead might take the trophy. So yeah, we have Night of the Living Dead. Oh, gotta write this whole title. Here we go. I'm gonna try to write this at least a little bit better than everything else. Night of the Living Dead. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Yeah, at the opening, it's the scene with this brother and sister visiting their mom's grave. And the brother makes a joke about the undead, and then he goes up to her, and he says, "They're coming to get you, Barbara." And then a zombie actually shows up and kills the brother. Instant karma. So now, Dawn of the Dead. Why? See, the most popular post-apocalyptic films, or at least it seems to be zombies, or at least something zombie-related, you know? But yeah, I gotta put it, Dawn of the Dead.
Zombie movies are their own genre.
Zombie movies are, yeah, they're basically a subgenre all on their own. Dawn of the Dead. Horror comedy, great genre. I agree. Shaun of the Dead. What was Cabin in the Woods? But technically not until the end, but, you know, I could still put it.
The Fifth Wave.
You reminded me of The Fifth Wave. Go die. All right, yeah, the fifth wave. Hunger Games, the Hunger Games series, and Divergent, and
Survival game.
all of it. The Starving Games.
Oh,
That was a parody film of the Hunger Games. It was the Starving Games, and they had a bunch of pop culture icons compete in the Hunger Games. They had the blue people from Avatar. They had
like a safari hunter or something.
yeah, I think they had Indiana Jones, but he wasn't played by Harrison Ford. War of the Worlds. Yes, great choice. That's probably one of Spielberg's most underrated films, honestly.
The Maze Runners?
Yeah. I just don't feel like writing down entire trilogies.
Well, you can just put Maze Runner
trilogy.
×3.
I could put Hunger Games quadrilogy.
You could put Hunger Games ×3.
Well, no, I wouldn't call Hunger Games post-apocalyptic because there wasn't an apocalyptic event. It just kind of morphed into that. Hunger Games is more dystopia. I would say just, and same with Maze Runner would be apocalypse because of the scorch stuff. So that's what I would say with that. And then they rebuilt Maze Runner trilogy. Bam. Bam, bam, bam. Maybe that should be an entire episode on its own, dystopian movies, because I am a big fan of dystopia stuff. I just like that. Yeah, basically. I like having this. I like having the board where I can write things and things like that, because when I'm just sitting down, it's not as good. Yeah. All right, so so what else, everyone? What else is there?
Muppets from Space.
Muppets from Space is not a survival film.
Mother said it was a survival film. Xavier, you just left the board. That was rude.
I slapped him. All right. No, I didn't. This could be a post-apocalyptic movie.
Could it? No, it couldn't.
No.
Okay.
Hacksaw Ridge. That was the war movie that I didn't write over here. Hacksaw Ridge. Hacking saws. All right. Arkansas.
Hacky Sack Ridge.
Arkansas.
I mean, any movie. Well, most movies can be post-apocalyptic because of Noah and the Ark.
Yeah. That was a movie, by the way. They made a movie called Noah, in which a ton of magical giant stone creatures help him build the ark, and Emma Watson is his wife.
That doesn't sound like a good movie.
It's not a good movie, but man, it was entertaining. Mainly because of Emma Watson. None of the... I feel like I should do videos on like specific directors, or maybe a more like grand genre, like not survival and post-apocalyptic, but maybe like just a general horror thing. But then I'd run out of episodes to do because eventually I'd just cover
you should get more specific.
Yeah, that's what I tried to do with this.
Well, that makes sense. Okay, yeah. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Wait, are these? Do you know the actual definition of like post-apocalyptic and survival?
Post-apocalyptic is like after the apocalyptic event. And then survival movie is a movie where characters are put into a life and death situation and have to survive for the majority of the thing. Yeah.
The Amazing World, not the Amazing. Adventure Time is a post-apocalyptic.
Adventure Time. Oh yeah, and we can also do TV shows. My first pick wouldn't be Adventure Time, but technically it is post-apocalyptic. And of course, probably the most watched post-apocalyptic show. I'm just gonna put that because you all know what it stands for. So basically, but then there's also this. The Walking Dead is after the apocalypse. Fear the Walking Dead is how it started and everything. So yeah, we can do TV shows as well for post-apocalyptic.
Get up close to the screen. I want to do something cool with the S.
Okay, well, my brother, who does not wish to be shown, needs me to get to be shown, wishes for me to get really close so that you guys cannot see him as he makes alterations. So actually, I'm just gonna allow you guys to stare at him for the next couple minutes. Do you like him?
That's weird.
He likes you.
That's weird. How's that?
Yeah.
It looks like a money sign, but whatever.
Yeah. That's all studios care about. Okay. So yeah, he wanted to do something cool with the S there. It looks cool. It also represents the studios. You know. And it's an S, and you know. Every studios, like Universal Studios, they should all just put that line through the S. Because all they care about is money. You know, Universal Studios, Legendary Studios. Blumhouse is Blumhouse Pictures. So you saved yourself there, but you could have shot yourself in the foot, buddy. Be careful. All right. So what is... I feel like I'm like advertising on one of those shows. The all-new whiteboard. Wheel of Fortune is a post-apocalyptic... It's a wild game of survival, Caleb. We should have background music in these streams. What do you think? What do you guys think? Let's listen to the soundtrack. No. I'm gonna do Wild Side.
No, I don't think this is a good. I don't think this is a good idea.
No, it's not a good idea. You're right. So we're gonna move on now.
I'm just saying.
Let's get back to the survival stuff because we have a ton of post-apocalyptic, but we're gonna get back to survival.
Survivor.
Yeah, that is a show. So is Naked and Afraid.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Adam and Eve's biography there.
David, what?
And now let's see. The Lost World. Jurassic Park isn't as much of... I don't view it as much of a survival thing because they have like a ton of man-made buildings that they're safe in. Lost World, it's literally just a remote island with no man-made stuff with dinosaurs on it. So we're just gonna do that in The Lost World.
I mean, really, like all the Jurassic Park.
Survival movie, The Princess Bride. Yeah, that could, you know.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. It seems,
because
that leads back into the argument of how any movie could be a survival movie because there seems to always be like a life-threatening threat, you know. So,
I mean, he does die. Like, doesn't that like make it? You can't be a survival movie if you die.
It is. They survived the fire swamp. Oh yeah, they have to go through survival situations, like a lot of survival situations.
I guess so.
I'll put it down.
I still think it's more of a adventure thing.
Yeah, kind of like Indiana Jones. Let's talk about some true story survival movies because we have 127 Hours, which is the only true story one on here. Even Everest isn't a true story. Actually, Everest is a true story. The Shallows was not a true story. Everest was based on a true story. I'm going to circle the ones that are based on true stories. We have 127 Hours, Everest, Hacksaw Ridge, based on a true story. Not
Survivor is alive.
Yeah.
Put a dot by it.
I'll put a dot by Survivor.
And yeah, the other ones too.
The Lost World.
No.
True story.
No, Naked and Afraid.
Yeah.
Because it technically actually happened, but still.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted to put The Village because technically that kind of is a survival movie, but then it's not really. It's more of a romance. Mountain Between Us.
This is a long time to keep up energy.
Yeah, well, I have a higher metabolism.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know. I abbreviated between, but that's fine. Because I didn't have room to write that whole title. Mountain Between Us, Alive. I'm gonna make Alive really big because that is an extremely disturbing true story with the cannibalism and everything, but it's what they had to do to survive. So, was Life of Pi based on a true story?
I think so.
I think it was inspired by one. I'm gonna put it down, but I'm not gonna circle it. Or I can just look it up. Where's Siri?
I'll look it up.
Okay, my producer is actually getting that information for me. That's what producers are for. I have a producer. I need to take advantage of him. I need to take advantage of that. So, yeah, so I can get that information. So, yeah, we have a pretty big list here. Apollo 13. Yes, survival movie based on a true story. And a great survival movie based on a true story, by the way. Apollo 13. Great film. Titanic? Kind of. Not until the ship sinks. It doesn't really become a survival movie until the ship sinks. It's kind of based on a true story, but the stuff with Jack and Rose, that's not true, but it's the event actually happened, so
Life of Pi is not based on...
Life of Pi is not based on a true story.
It is based off of a good book, though.
Based off of a book. Based off of a book. Dun, dun. Based off of a book. Based off of a book. Why do you keep ignoring open water? Because they died? No. No. Oh, no. I can't laugh at that. That's a true story. Sorry. Here, let me angle this down because this board is getting really full. I'm not ignoring open water. I just forgot. So yeah, I'll write that down. I will not write down the sequels, though. The Reef was based on a true story as well.
You're gonna have to start writing sideways.
Or I can just erase this.
What? But then you won't be able to count how many you have at the end.
Well, tough love. All right, so we're going to go back to post-apocalyptic because we're almost out of room with this stuff. So let's get...
You could count them and then put a number by it and then erase.
That's true. And I could keep numbers up here. Whoops. All right, so it looks like we can fit one or two more down there, but we can fit a good bit more right here. So hit me up, viewers. Hit me with some more post-apocalyptic stuff. Yeah, post-apocalyptic stuff. You know, post-apocalyptic stuff.
Oh,
This stuff. Can you see me?
Now you see me?
Yes. All right. Resident Evil. Yes.
Times 11? How many movies are there?
I don't know. Yeah, look up how many Resident Evil movies there are. Let's see. I'm not... Book of Eli. There's another one.
There's 6.
There are 6 Resident Evil movies, so Resident Evil times 6. All right.
Also, Underworld.
Underworld. Man, we are flowing through these now. Underworld. Sorry, I had to step out for a second there.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
Old MacDonald had a farm. I'm just kidding. Would you consider cats?
I don't consider cats, and that's.
I'm gonna write cats because maybe the movie isn't about the apocalypse, but it almost caused it. So we're going to put cats. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's just we need to be legit with our picks, man.
It's an apocalyptic Scooby-Doo comic book.
Yeah, that's a comic book though.
That's true.
It's a comic book.
I know.
The whole Divergent stuff. Divergent times 3. And actually, I can erase Trilogy on Maze Runner and just put a times 3 there. Let's see. A Quiet Place. That's a big one. Yeah.
Well, that's not post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, it is. The apocalyptic event was the alien invasion.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Hush. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Why does everyone get those confused? I remember like 2 years ago when I asked Dad, hey, have you seen A Quiet Place? And he was like, yeah, that's the one with that deaf, mute woman in her home in the woods with the guy outside trying to kill her, right? And I was like, no. No.
The Office.
Yeah, The Office. I'm not gonna write that, obviously. The Office is hilarious. I should do an entire episode. Sharknado, it would be the 5th one.
Only the 5th one?
Yeah, that would be global swarming.
Oh, I was thinking of survival movies. Yeah, global swarming.
Yeah, Sharknado 5 is called Sharknado 5 Global Swarming. So and the world ends, so yeah. Sharknado 5 Global Swarming. I'm gonna have to divide these.
The Divide.
The Great Divide. Looks like we can fit 2 more here and 2 more here. So I need 4 more movies, people. Come on.
Start counting so you can.
Oh, no.
Wait till we're finished.
Yeah, we gotta wait. The Matrix. Yes. The Matrix is a big one.
How many Matrix movies are there?
There are 3, but there was a 4th one called The Animatrix, which was a combination of tons of animated Matrix fan films. But there are 3 Matrix films that are within canon, you know. Yes, The Matrix. What was that one? I'm sorry, my lips are chapped. I gotta lick those things, you know? What was the one with the boy and oh no, The Road. I haven't written down The Road yet. There we go. The Road. All right, we're done with that. With post-apocalyptic. So let's get 2 more survival films. Then I'll count these up, and then I'll put the numbers up there, erase them, and then we'll keep on going. So I need 2 more survival films. You know, that light is kind of blocking these films right here. I'm gonna move that. Is that better? Yeah. Yeah, that's much better. You can actually see them now. Yeah, so I need 2 more survival films, people. Come on. I know you can do it. You can do it.
Well, also TV shows.
And TV shows, yeah. And survival TV shows. Would be funny, a post-apocalyptic movie based on a true story.
I know there's movies about survival or TV shows. Oh, total. No, don't put that on there. Xavier, don't.
Okay. The Maze Runner, I actually already put the Maze Runner up here in post-apocalyptic. Oh, the Maze Runner, the first Maze Runner, well, No, really, the first two Maze Runners could be considered survival movies, right? The first two?
There's definitely some overlap.
I would definitely do that. Well, I mean, the third one has stuff with the Scorch and the Cranks, but most of it took place in that big city. So I'm going to put the first two Maze Runner films. Let's see. Behind Enemy Lines. That is another war film. Yep. Behind. Can you guys see my head? Yeah.
Beyonce Homecoming.
Beyonce Homecoming. On Breaker 3 Unbreakable. Enemy Lines. All right, there we go. So I'm going to count these up, put the numbers up there, then I'm going to erase these, and we're going to keep on going. Chugging along, man.
Do the survival ones first.
Like Thomas the Train. We are strong. Like Thomas the Train. All right, let's get it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
You didn't count all the times.
Yeah, I did. Okay, let me recount.
No, I mean, Xavier, like Hunger Games times 3.
Oh, that's right. I need to count the trilogies. I wish the intro could just be... All right. So there were 26. So then 27, 28, 29. Oh my gosh. 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so 39 right here. And then now time for survival. San Andreas, yes, that could be a apocalyptic movie, but let me make room first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
Use the red.
So 25.
And how many true stories?
We're not counting that.
Do it.
Yeah, let's see how many true stories we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 true stories. The true story counter will be up here.
Put a little TRU. Oh wait, no, that's copyright. TRU.
Dang it, my screen did something again.
7 true.
No, don't go to Safari. Go to Google. There we go. Google. Only 2 people watching?
That's fine. Xavier, people watch these later. People watch them whenever. Xavier.
They hate me.
Xavier, wow.
They hate me.
Xavier, wow. That's...
Alright, let's get back to counting these.
Put TRUE under
No.
7. 7 true. Monty Python.
Could be a survival movie. I don't know if we can keep on going. I think we named pretty much all of them.
Not all of them.
Well, come on.
Put TRUE under 7.
Alright.
So that we can tell the difference.
So this right here is the true story ones. And then this is divided. 25 survival films so far. 39 post-apocalyptic films so far.
Wow, I feel like there's more survival.
I'm going to say San Andreas is more of a survival film. So I'll put San Andreas right here.
Oh, Geostorm?
I already put that on this.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Avatar?
Avatar is just in another world.
Oh. Okay. Ghost in the Shell? Ghost in Shell?
That's more dystopian.
Okay. Yes. Club Penguin?
You guys comment and tell me some post-apocalyptic survival movies because we need them. We need them.
Mostly survival.
Mostly survival. Because we have a lot. Let's try to equal this number. Alright? Let's do that. We need 14 more survival movies. 14 more survival movies to match 39, and then we'll just get one more for each so we can hit 40. That's our goal. Let's try to hit 40.
It's post-apocalyptic.
No, it's not. I'm going to try to make this a really straight line. That did not work out. And then when we hit 40, we will go on to the Q&A section of the live stream, which is normally what we leave off on, where you guys will ask me anything, because I will answer anything. Everything and everything goes down below. All right.
No.
So let me draw this
Please,
line.
no.
Well, someone asked me where I lived on the last live stream, and I said in a house, and technically that's the truth. So I feel like this line should be higher up. It didn't feel right. There we go. And this line should also be higher up. And this should also be higher up. San Andreas.
San Andreas. I didn't like that. They were, please stop.
Oh, excuse me. All right, let's do that. See, I can see on the screen, like I can see how they're seeing it, and right now the lights are kind of
Groundhog's Day?
Happy Death Day as a survival film. Both.
Did we have Clue as a survival film? Oh, we should have taken a picture.
Clue, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna write it though, because it's more of a murder mystery thing. I don't know.
I guess it's not really.
Happy Death Day times 2.
That was weird.
All right, so we're gonna continue. Come on, people, list them off, shoot them up. Let's go.
What?
Or how about we just
Shoot them up?
how about we prank call McDonald's?
What? Why?
Let's prank call McDonald's.
Please don't do
We
that.
just watched The Ring the other day. I'm gonna prank call McDonald's and say 7 days. I actually did that once. She was.
What?
Well, we were on the Universal trip, and it was just me and my friends, and we were in the hotel room, and then we were just like, let's just.
I wouldn't express this out loud.
So then we called a McDonald's, and we were in Florida, so we called one in California, and we did the Star 67 thing, and we called her, and this lady picked up. She was like, McDonald's, how can I help you? And I said, 7 days. And then she said, oh my God, shut up. And then I hung up right when she said that.
That's not nice.
Dad's watching this stream. Hey, Dad, I'm your son. All right, we are going to get back to these survival films.
What is that supposed to mean?
We need 14 survival films, and so far we have 2. All right, so hit me up with 12. Let's do it.
We have 3.
No, 2. Oh, yeah, 3. So hit me up with 11. Because Happy Death Day has 2 movies, you know? It's the way it is. Let's get back up here. There was never an apocalyptic event in the Alien series. It's just way in the future.
Is there a movie called The End of the World or The End?
There's a movie, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
That doesn't count.
No. There is a movie called The World's End. One second. The World's End.
Here's what I found.
Yeah, a 2013 science fiction comedy film. So we're going to put that as a... No! Oh, yeah. All right, we hit 40 on the post-apocalyptic scale. So we are done with post-apocalyptic. So now I just need 11 survival films.
How did we not post-apocalyptic? 1, The World's End.
All right. Journey to the Center of the Earth. I'm not writing that whole thing, so I'm just gonna do of the Earth. Journey to the center of the earth.
Jukot.
It would be
It would just be Jut.
Jitkot.
I'd stop.
Jamaican me crazy.
Stop.
All right.
Please.
All right. All right. So we have 4, so we need 10. We need 10 survival movies.
What about movies in the desert? Movies in the rainforest? Oh, Jumanji.
It's not really a survival movie. It doesn't take place in a forest.
It is the game of survival. Like both the reboot and the board game.
I'll put the reboot down. Because
Jumanji.
the original just takes place in their house and all these things.
No, it starts happening outside the house, I think.
No, they play the board game in the house and then all the stuff comes from the game into the world. And the reboot, they
But
went
they're still trying to
from
survive. It's a game of survival.
I'm not putting it down. I'll put the reboot down.
Whatever. Pacific Rim.
Yes, Pacific Rim.
Don't put it if it's a post-apocalyptic.
Well, no, that would be more of a survival movie.
Don't put Dwayne John. Just put reboot. Saver. Just put reboot.
All right.
What is Parasite? Is that survival?
No, Parasite is just a social satire. It's actually really interesting though. It's about this very poverty-stricken family and this extremely wealthy and well-off family. And there's a lot of social commentary, but it's really funny. And then apparently it's supposed to get really creepy as every person in this poor family begins to get a job working for this rich family. And the rich family doesn't know that this is actually this poverty-stricken family gradually getting access into their home. Like one of the people in the poverty family gets a job as a babysitter for the family's kids, so she's allowed in the house. Another person becomes their maid, so then that person's allowed in the house.
How we saying impoverished?
Yeah,
Impoverished?
I don't know. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6.
We're halfway there.
We're halfway
Well,
there. No, we're not. We need 14.
Well, now we need 15 because I added one more.
No, because we're trying to reach 40.
And then 25.
All right, so we're trying to reach 40 over here as well. So we have oh, I need to change these numbers.
How many have they? First, change the numbers.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be 31.
Yes.
All right, so we need 9 more survival films.
How many of those are based off of the true story?
None of those. None of those. None of those.
What's that other one? Journey to the Mysterious Island?
Yeah, that was the sequel to Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Is that even survival?
Yes.
What about Lara Croft?
The reboot Tomb Raider could be considered a survival. In fact, they even used the song Survivor for the trailer. This is Journey to the Mysterious Island, just in case anyone's confused. And we're going to put on Tomb Raider 2018. So let's change these numbers once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bam. Bam. Well, actually,
8 plus.
that would be 39. So we need one more. We need one more.
They can do it. Just let them do it.
Yeah. We don't want to keep on doing this. You guys have to give me one more survival movie.
Actually, that sounded bad.
Because what?
They're the audience. You're like, we're tired.
You guys do it. Well, that's the thing about these live streams. You guys get to interact. Like, that's why people like live streams, because especially on YouTube, because you can interact and leave. This framing is off. There, that's much better. Yeah, that's the thing about live streams. You get to interact, and that's why people like watching live streams. So you guys, it is your task to put one more survival film, and then after that, we can get into the Q&A where you can ask me anything, and I will answer.
You can bring about the end of this. We just need one movie.
We need one more. You can end this stream. One more. One more.
Oh, we're still allowed to have TV shows, right?
Yes, we are still allowed to have TV shows. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Why is no one commenting? All you have to do is
How many
look.
people are watching?
2. All you have to do is look up survival movies.
Xavier just put Saw down.
What?
Saw. Isn't that survival?
No, I'm not writing another one down. It's up to the fans.
Xavier?
Fans, it's up to the fans. It's up to you. Come on. Give me another survival film. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Xavier.
What? Someone commented. Revenant! Yes! Revenant is definitely a survival film. And we have reached 40. We have hit 40 on both scales. Out of all of them, 7 of them were based on true stories. So, now time to erase this and get into the Q&A. Mic drop.
Please don't.
Yeah, I'm not dropping this mic. I'm sorry, Caleb.
That's fine. Drop the eraser. No, don't do that.
Yeah, I can drop the eraser.
And you don't have to.
We reached 40 on each. Ugh. All right. That was pathetic. All right. But yeah, we reached 40. And now we are in the final 15 minutes of the stream. So you guys hit me up with some questions and I will answer all of them.
Let me take the board off.
No. I will answer
Your deepest concerns.
anything.
Please don't put that on the board.
I am. I'm defying my producer. Aren't I such a savage? All right.
That was the worst word you could have used.
Oh, savage. All right. We have here.
Let me touch the board.
Market 8, dude. Was it 8? Okay. I guess. Caleb, what do you want to do? All right, Caleb wishes to make a... Do not erase my beautiful penmanship.
I won't.
Here.
You have to give me the board. Bring it over here.
No, just write on it and I'll make them look at James McAvoy's face.
I was just gonna doodle.
Okay, then it's not worth it. Give me the marker. All right, so now hit me up with a ton of questions. A ton of questions.
You might want to rearrange that. You should double the N and make it upside down, so it looks.
I could make it neater. I'm gonna make it.
So it looks like an M, and then I'm talking about the word a ton, because really you want to.
I didn't write a ton.
No, I'm not talking about what you wrote. Anyway,
All right, this is going to be much.
you should try to draw Scooby-Doo.
No.
You should try to draw a person or character from a post-apocalyptic movie. or
Maybe.
something. That's fun. It got really wide. Or I guess the Q is just really skinny. What if I did a tarot reading?
No.
Why not?
No.
I wouldn't show myself.
Would you like me to ask the viewers if they want a tarot reading?
Yeah, have them pick up. No.
Ask me questions.
Xavier, that's rude. Not rude. That was weird of me.
Fear always works.
What?
All right, let's get to it. Best James Cameron film, don't say Titanic. All right, I'm going to be writing these down and then I'm going to answer them.
How about I write them down? You should be answering the question.
No, because you don't want to be shown.
It's rude.
All right, question number 1. Best James Cameron film. I'm not as familiar with his filmography as I am with a lot of other people. I know he did Aliens, Titanic, The Abyss,
Sorry.
Avatar. So
Mean Girls.
he didn't do Mean Girls. Never mind. Yeah, I'm not as familiar with his filmography. But out of The Abyss, Titanic, Avatar, and Aliens, it's between Titanic and Aliens for me. So I'm just gonna put Aliens/Titanic.
I'll look up James Cameron.
Well, actually, you said I can't say Titanic, so I'm just gonna put Aliens then. Next question. Hit me up with another question, Pops. Let's do this.
Oh, he was also in Terminator 2,
He's involved with Terminator, but I haven't seen Terminator 1 or 2.
Alita Battle Angel,
Haven't seen that.
True Lies,
True Lies is a classic.
Deep Sea Challenge 3D.
Okay.
Just all of the Terminator movies. The Game Changers, The Ghost of the Abyss.
All right, Caleb, we got it. I haven't seen any of those. Out of the Cameron films that I've seen,
Piranha 2.
best vampire genre. Yes.
And Star Wars.
He just asked. He was not involved with Star Wars.
Yeah, he was in episode 4. A New Hope.
Yeah, but he didn't direct that. That was George Lucas.
But he was in there.
We're talking about movies he's directed, Caleb.
Okay.
Best vampire genre. What do you mean? What do you mean by vampire genre? Do you mean like Twilight, where it's like angsty romance, or do you mean like Dracula, where it's just horror? Okay, actually, that doesn't make sense. Let me write this down.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with horror because I'm not into the whole vampire romance thing. I don't. All right. Next question. Comedy like Buffy.
Oh, that would be a good vampire genre.
Yes, comedy, but I'm gonna go with horror. I've never been a huge fan of Buffy, honestly. Let's do this.
Those are fighting words.
Do
I
this.
just want to let you know.
All right. Glasses or contacts? What?
You wear glasses.
I wear glasses. How do you not know this? You're my father.
But do you prefer glasses or contacts?
Oh. I prefer glasses because contacts are. Ugh.
Also, how do you know it's your father?
Because it's Aircav Outcast. That's his Instagram.
Okay.
Go follow my pops on Instagram, yo. All right. Let's get to the third question. Let's go. Oh, I didn't write down glasses. Sorry. I am going to get LASIK surgery when I'm old enough, though. Like, because glasses also, they're just kind of annoying. I mean,
What about what genre of movie would you like to be?
my producer can ask me questions too, apparently. Okay. He asked, what genre of movie would my life be?
I want to know.
Of movie
Loud.
would my life be? Well, that would be a biopic, right?
I guess everyone would.
Everyone would be a biopic, but no, I'm not going to cheat. I'll do
Post-apocalyptic because we're coronavirus.
best mac and cheese? No, I'm going to answer your question. I just need to make sure I'm not missing any.
Best mac and cheese?
That, yeah. Oh, I know what you want me to say, but what you want me to say is also what I would say anyway. Dad's homemade goodness.
Don't write that, please. No, the good what is it called? What kind of cheese? I don't know. It's good.
Kraft?
No.
Dad's Homemade. That's my favorite mac and cheese. I'm not just saying that. Dad says that the movie that would be my life, or like the genre that would be my life, is a horror comedy. I would say, realistically, I would say a coming of age, right?
A buddy cop movie.
A buddy cop. No, I'm gonna say coming of age. Because, you know, technically I'm still adolescent.
Please don't do that.
Coming of age. I got it in there. Coming of age. All right.
That's a plum.
Let's get to another question. Questions. Hey. Which rom-com would you most want to be in?
Isn't it romantic?
No, I would not want to be in that universe.
Well, that's a fun one because it's like, it's all like everyone's in a romantic comedy.
Could you call Get Smart a rom-com? Because there is a central romance and it's comedy and...
I think it's just...
Would I want to be in that one, though? Probably not.
Is there...
Zombieland is kind of a rom-com.
Zombieland is not a rom-com.
Yes, it is, with Columbus and Emma Stone's character. What was her name?
Dakota?
Dakota something.
Tennessee?
I'm putting Get Smart.
That's
Which...
not a rom-com.
Yes, it is, Caleb. It's a comedy with a central romance that guides the story.
I wouldn't say it's a...
I was gonna say La La Land, but when it hits the 20-minute mark, that is no longer a comedy, and I would not want to go through that situation. So,
Well, you don't have to be like one of the main characters.
well, that's kind of what the question ensues, though.
Implies.
Get smart with your art, man. All right, let's get to question 7. Let's try to hit 10 or 15. Dun, dun, dun. Actually, we have 3 minutes left, and then I'm going to be ending the stream. So, rattle them out, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Ask me anything you want. And you can ask me questions, too.
Oh, we're not putting up... Right, I forgot. I was like, wait, Westerns are survivals?
Come on.
Come on.
Skydiver or scuba dive? Oh, don't make me choose that. I am going to write
Or
it down.
baby driver.
Or taxi driver. All right. Skydive or scuba dive. Here's the thing. I want to do both, and I will do both at something. At some point. I'm going to go with skydiving. Because when it comes to going into the ocean, I would rather cage dive. Like, I want to get in the shark cage and be able to photograph sharks.
I'd rather take a deep dive with Nicolas Cage.
So I'm going to do skydive for that. All right, next question.
Scuba dive.
Coke or Pepsi? All right, let's write that down. Because I have a controversial opinion on that.
Wow.
And then, well, if we're living in the South, popcorn or M&Ms? Popcorn or the kernels? Right.
What? Never mind.
All right, so we have Coke or Pepsi, popcorn or M&Ms. It looks like popcorn or Mom's, but that's fine.
That's weird.
Coke or Pepsi?
Anyway.
I'm just going to write the answer down right here. I'm going to be
The very best. Like no one ever...
Pepsi. I prefer Pepsi. Come at me, man. Come at me.
I don't like sound.
I don't like sound. It's coarse and raw, and it gets everywhere.
That's it.
There is a beautiful thing that everyone should watch. That we're about to hit 2 hours, but it's fine. I can go a little bit longer.
And then Mom says we should hurry up soon. We're about to have dinner.
Okay. Then I will wrap it up right after you watch this. Thank you for the Q&A. We didn't quite hit 10, but that's going to have to wrap it up.
Wait, are you showing them a video?
That's a wrap.
Xavier,
Bam. That's what you say when you're done filming the movie.
are you showing them a video on your phone?
It worked last time. Everyone thought it was hilarious.
Really?
Yes. It did. You guys are going to observe this. Oh, dang it. Someone asked me more. Aunt Bunny's here. Who's your favorite aunt?
That's good.
Don't make me choose that. Don't make me choose that. Horror or thriller? I'm going to go with thriller. Good stream, bud. Have a great day. You have a great day too, Dad. Maybe you'll watch Shazam and it'll be good. Text me and let me know how it was. Thank you, boo. All right, let's go.
Let's just answer Bunny's question.
I'm not going to answer that question. All right, you guys are going to go